Good morning, students. Last class we discussed the second lesson, national income, and last class we finished the meaning of national income, definition of national income, and the concept of national income. In the concept of national income, we completed up to 4 points. That is gross domestic product, gross national product, net national product, and net domestic product. And today we are going to discussing the remaining part of the concept of national income, and also we are going to discussing the methods of national income calculation. Now we are moved to the fifth point, that is personal income. Now we are going to discussing the personal income. Personal income is the total income received by the individual of a country. So we calculate the income of all the individual in the country. For example, in India, 120 crores of people we are living in India. So we calculate the income of all the 121 crores of people. That is known as personal income of a country from all sources. Whether he is working, whether he is in the field of agriculture, whether he is in the field of service. So we include the income from all the sources of individual at a particular country at a particular period of time before payment of direct taxes. Before payment of direct taxes, the government collected, the government revenue sources divided into different gettings. For example, taxes, fees, penalty, and donation. The taxes is divided into two. One is direct tax, another one is indirect tax. Direct tax means those who are leaving the tax from the government, they are paying indirectly. That is known as direct tax. For example, income tax is the best example for direct tax. And indirect tax means another person they are paying the tax. That is known as indirect tax. For example, sales tax. Now the sales tax is converted into GST. And fees, for example, court fee, and if you are crossing the traffic rules, so the government collect the fees, it is also included the revenue sources of the government. And penalty, for example, the penalty collected by the government, for example, you are exceed the EP bill debt, or you will pay the another any type of penalty, that is also included the government revenue. And so donation, sometimes the government receive the donations from various sources, various nations, various government. It is also considered as a revenue sources. Here we have calculated personal income means the income from all the sources, payment of direct tax. So here direct tax means income tax in a particular year. And next, personal income is never equal to the national income, because personal income is different from one person to another person. Personal income is different from one profession to another profession. But national income is constant, and national income means total value of goods and services, but this personal income totally different from national income. So this personal income is never equal to the national income, because the farmer included earlier, the transfer payments also included the national income. For example, government, sometimes the government give the help to poor person, widow fund, and some stipend to the poor people. Earlier it was included. This transfer payments is also include the income of the individual, but now it is not considered as a personal income. So they are not included in the national income. So now we are moved to the formula for this personal income. Personal income is equal to national income minus social security contribution. This simply means old age pension, widow remarriage fund, etc. So that means the personal income is equal to national income minus social security contribution. What are the contributions? What are the benefits given by the government to the people? You will minus. So national income minus social security contribution and undistributed corporate profit. Sometimes the corporate profit is not distributed to the improvement of the welfare of the people, because the corporate income fully handle or fully take over by the private people, plus the transfer payments. Transfer payment means what are the benefits scheme given by the government. So the personal income is equal to national income minus social security contribution and undistributed corporate profit plus transfer payments. Next we will move to the disposable income. Now, next we will move to the disposable income. So disposable income is known as the disposable personal income. It is the individual income after the payment of income tax. Before the personal income, we discussed the income before the payment of direct tax, that is known as income tax. Disposable income means the income received by the individual after the payments of income tax. This is the amount available for household consumption. So this amount is used for the household consumption. That means the disposable income is used for fulfill our basic needs. Next we will move to the formula for this disposable income. Disposable income is equal to personal income minus direct taxes. Direct taxes means income tax. So income received before the payment of direct tax is known as personal income. Incomes received after the payment of direct tax is known as disposable income. Next we will move to the per capita income. So in 10th standard also you studied about the personal per capita income. The average income of a person of a country, average income of a country. For example, if you calculated the average mark of 5 subjects, 50, 60, 50, 50 and 50. So totally 260. So you divided by 5, it is the average. So you find out the average. This is the average mark of particular individual. Likewise, the average income of a person of a country in a particular year, that means financial year, is called per capita income. This per capita income shows the economic progress of the particular country. It is also one of the economic indicators for particular country. The per capita income is obtained by dividing the national income by population. The formula for the per capita income is national income divided by population. The per capita income is equal to national income divided by the total number of population live in particular country. And now we are move to the India's per capita income in 2019, $2,338 US. Always this national income of a country, any country, is measured in US dollar except Singapore and Euro countries. Singapore dollar, they are calculating their national income for their own Singapore dollars. Euro dollars, Euro country, group of 27 countries, they are calculated national income as per their own currency, that is known as Euro currency. Other nations, all the countries in the world, they are calculating their national income in dollars. So our India's per capita income in 2019, $2,338 US. Throughout 198 countries are in the world. Among the 198 countries, national income wise, India occupies 139th place. Next we will move to real income or nominal income. Real income or nominal income is the nation income expressed in general price level. What is the general price level of a country or particular year? So it is also called as a real income or nominal income is the buying power, buying capacity or purchasing power. Purchasing power of particular country, it is power of nominal income or real income. It is we explain with the help of formula. National income at constant price, the price is constant, that is known as national income in current price. We are using two price system. One is constant price. Constant price means the price never change in the market, that is known as constant price. Whatever it happen in India, the price will constant, that is known as constant price. And the second one is current price. Current price means what is the price available in the current situation. For example, you see the now India is affected by the COVID virus. All the essential goods prices are increases, that is known as current price. The formula is national income at constant price is equal to national income is current price divided by P1 divided by P0. So that P1 is equal to price index of during the current year. Current year means now 2020. And the PO is equal to price index during the base year. Base year means 2019. Next we will move to the GDP deflator. Deflator means indicator. The GDP deflator is an index of a price changes, how the price changes in the particular country, especially the goods and services included in GDP. The formula for GDP deflator is GDP deflator is equal to nominal GDP. Nominal GDP means expected GDP. Expected GDP, for example 2019 to 20, what is our expectation about GDP? So the nominal GDP divided by real GDP, you will multiply into 100, that is known as GDP. The answer is known as GDP deflator. Okay, next we will move to the nominal GDP is equal to expected GDP, but in India this is not happened throughout the last 20 to 25 years. Two price system. Next we will move to very interesting concept. What are the method we are using or measuring the national income of a country? In India, we are not only in India, all the countries they are using three methods. One is production method or value added method, and the second one is income method or factor earning method, and the third method is expenditure method. All in India we are using first two methods because India is now developing countries. We are using only two methods. One is production method and another one is income method. Other countries, for example USA, Singapore, China, these are the developed countries, they are using this expenditure method. Next we will move to the first method of measuring the national income, that is product method or value added method. The product method measures the output of the country to calculate all the production of the country. Agriculture sector, the production from agri, industry, service sector, production from carpenter, aeroplane, satellite, all the products are included, that is known as the product method, and it is also called a inventory method. And the product method is known as the product for or product from all the three sectors. For example, in India we are following three system. One is agriculture or primary sector, and the second one is industrial sector or secondary sector, and the third one is service sector and territory sector. You will calculate the production for all these three sectors. It is known as the product method. For example, the contribution of agri sector is 17.32%. The contribution of industrial sector is 29.02%. and contribution of service sector is 53.66%. So you will calculate the output from all these three sectors. It is known as the product method. And in India, we will take 64 agricultural commodities for calculating national income: fruits, vegetables, dairy product, animal husbandry. So you will calculate 64 essential commodity for national income calculation. It is also calculated as a market price. And next we will move to precautions or demerits. The first demerits of national income in India, that is double counting. Double counting is a very important drawback for calculation of national income. For example, any commodity which is either raw material or intermediate goods. For example, if you are the tire manufacturing tire manufacturing industry, it is also considered as a tire is a product. And next, the same tire, it will go to the car industry. Again, the car industry also calculated. Another car is also one of the product. So same tire, but 2 times calculated. That is known as double counting. For comedy, if you are going to the Palani, all the small shops, they are calculated twice for same product. For example, if you are purchasing in Tamil patti, so they are calculating twice. For example, so patti one packet, agarbatti one packet, udupatti one packet, same patti, but it will calculated 2 times or 3 times. It is also one of the drawbacks for our national income in India. And next we will move to self-consumption. For example, the agricultural or farmers, they are taking some part of their product for their self-consumption. But it is also not included our national income. We are not able to calculate the total production of our country. And next drawback is we cannot able to calculate the value of second-hand product. The second-hand product market is very huge in India, but this second-hand good is not included in the product method. Next class, we will discuss the remaining part of these methods of calculation. Next class, we are going to discuss the income method and the expenditure method. Thank you, students.